congratulations.
Thank you, friends. I request everyone to be seated. A very good morning to this august gathering. I deem it a great honor to welcome you all to this valedictory ceremony of the 13th All India Conference for Principals of Bhavan's Secondary and Senior Secondary Schools. It seems to us that we were here only a few moments ago in this auditorium welcoming all our delegates. It is rightly said, time flies, but memories last forever. After 4 days of interesting and stimulating discussions, we are here in the same auditorium once again, but with a heavy heart, to bid adieu to you all. The ardent participation of the delegates from all over the country and beyond has made this conference a great success. Today, we are here on the last day of this annual Mahakumbh to say goodbye and give you all a hearty farewell, knowing very well that goodbyes are not forever. They are not the end. They simply mean we will miss you until we meet again. On this momentous occasion, it is a proud privilege to welcome Major General Anuj Mathur as the chief guest of the valedictory ceremony. Sir is also accompanied by his better half. We also welcome the guest of honor for the day, Dr. Biswajit Saha, Director, Skill Education, CBSE. We accord a warm welcome to Shri Rajiv Jain Sir, Vice Chairman, Bhavan's Jaipur Kendra, and his better half, Ma'am Sheila Jain, and all the esteemed dignitaries. We also extend a hearty welcome to all the delegates. Light symbolizes abundance, prosperity, and knowledge. Light not only dispels darkness and ignorance, but also spreads the Almighty's grace and divine energy. Let us embark on today's proceedings with the lighting of the lamp. I take the opportunity of inviting all the dignitaries on the stage to light the lamp and invoke the Almighty's blessings. Thank you, everyone. Prayer does not change things. It changes people, and thus things change. What better way there can be to commence our program with a prayer on our lips? I request everyone to rise for the prayer. Please be seated. Don't judge each day by the harvest you reap, but by the seeds that you plant. Plant seeds of happiness, hope, success, and love. They will come back to you in abundance. This is the law of nature. May I humbly request Sri Rajiv Jain sir to present an indigenously developed tray garden to our honorable chief guest. Thank you, sir. Sir, I also request you to offer a tray garden to Shri Rakesh Saxena, sir, Director, Bhavans Shikshan Bharati, Mumbai, who is a guiding light behind the success of this conference. Thank you, sir. So once again, I humbly request you to offer a tray garden to Dr. Biswajit Saha, Director, Skill Education, CBSE. Thank you, sir. With a heart filled with gratitude, I invite the school principal, Ma'am Pratima Sharma, to address the gathering with her kind words. Distinguished eminent chief guest of the day, Major General Anuj Mathur, Shri Rajiv Jain, Vice Chairman, Bharati Vidyasharam Jaipur Kendra, Shri Rakesh Saxena ji, Director Education, Bharati Vidyasharam Section Bharati, E. Ramankuti sir, Director Bharati Vidyasharam Kochi, other distinguished members of the advisory board of Bharati Vidyasharam Jaipur Kendra, better halves of our vice chairman and our distinguished chief guest, rather I'm sorry, better halves of our distinguished chief guest and our eminent vice chairman. I really do not know how to put it. Well, sir, it's my proud privilege to welcome you all in this auditorium for the valedictory function of this 13th annual Mahakumbh of Bhavan's principals from across the country and abroad. I extend a most cordial welcome to our chief guest, General Anuj Mathur, to our guest of honor, Dr. Biswajit Saha, and everybody who has made it possible to travel from far and wide and make this event what it turned out to be. I really do not know. Well, when she said, I request our principal to welcome, while I welcome the chief guest and other guests for the day, I deem it my proud privilege to stand here as the course director of this 13th annual conference. Well, before I begin about what happened in the conference, I would deem it once again my privilege to introduce today our chief guest for today's occasion. We are fortunate that we have amidst us Major General Anuj Mathur as the chief guest for today's function. He is a graduate from Defense Services Staff College, Wellington, and has done his MSc Strategic Sciences. And why not, sir? Strategic Sciences fits in the role and the demeanor that you carry, the aura that you carry with you. From University of Madras, he also has an LLB academic from MLS University, Udaipur with top honors.
Major General Anuj Mathur Vishisht Seva Medal, an alumnus of the National Defence Academy Kharagwasla, was commissioned into the 10th Battalion of the Jammu and Kashmir Rifles Regiment. General Mathur has held a variety of sensitive and important instructional, staff and command appointments in all types of terrains and operational environments, from glaciated areas to our island territories. He has written and published several professional papers. He commanded his unit in the Kashmir Valley during Operation Parakram. Sir, we are truly humbled and indebted to you for your benign presence today. He has commanded a brigade, regimental training center, an area and a sub-area. Thank you so much, sir. He is a motivational speaker par excellence and is spread all over the social media. He is actively involved in spreading awareness concerning national security. He talks vividly and elaborately about the valley and about the dragon. I would say #valley, #dragon. So it is important that we listen to him on his social media platforms to sensitize ourselves better with what is happening in our country and what are the challenges facing us. Once again, sir, I extend a most cordial welcome to you. Well, dear friends, I request you to greet him with a huge round of applause. Thank you, General Mathur. Thank you, Mrs. Mathur, for being with us today. I remember when we started the conference, I had put up few verses and I deliberately kept those verses, the second part of those verses, to speak on the culmination of this conference. I deem it once again my proud privilege to complete what I wanted to say today. अब की बार पूनम पर जब जब तू आएगी बनकर, हमने सोच रखा है रात यूं आएंगे, धड़कने बिछा देंगे शोक तेरे कदमों में और निगाहों से तेरी आरती उतारेंगे. This was for the Atithya, for the Satkar towards all my guests, towards all our guests. I stand corrected. Well, the best is yet to come. And that should happen in front of none other than General Mathur. Past हौसले वाले तेरा साथ क्या देंगे, जिंदगी इधर आजा हम तुझे संवारेंगे, जिंदगी इधर आजा हम तुझे संवारेंगे. To all the Bhavan's principals, to all the distinguished guests, yes, हम भी दरिया हैं, हमें अपना हुनर मालूम है, जिस तरफ भी चल पड़ेंगे रास्ता हो जाएगा, जिस तरफ भी चल पड़ेंगे रास्ता हो जाएगा. I am convinced, I am more than convinced that these engaging deliberations and discussions on emerging trends in school education shall take us far and wide, and we would disseminate what we have gathered in spirit, body and word as we go back to our karma bhumis or vidyalayas. I am constrained to keep it short, but there have been a few things which I learned while me and my team were planning the execution of this conference, and I would be failing in my duties if I do not sum up my biggest experience. Everybody who has achieved heights, people who have risen to the extent they have, do not do by some element of chance or destiny. And the biggest attribute attributed to rising would be humility, and that is what I observed in all people who have achieved something big in life. Just one call, and they were there, ranging from the senior most in age, Professor M.M. Pant, I made a phone call to him, courtesy A.K. Sharma sir, and there he helped me with his ticket in one go. Then Swamiji, with his connections with the PMO, I'm sorry, this is a close meeting. He is the spiritual guru of our Prime Minister Modi ji, Nikhileshwaranand ji. While I tried to connect with him, he was not in India, he was delivering somewhere in a different time zone, and at maybe it must have been midnight there wherever he was when he received my message, and he promptly replied, got his tickets done, and he supplied the tickets to me. Then Dr. Bishwajit Saha. I will not forget that moment is truly ebbed in my heart. Me and Dr. A.K. Sharma sir had gone to invite Dr. Saha in his office in Delhi, and we were like, I had started pretty early from Jaipur, and then sir being punctual, we had seen more today. So he had called us as 12, there was no question of stopping en route for tea or whatever, and there he was, and we had a sumptuous lunch in his office. Sir, जिसमें जितना ज़र्फ है, उतना ही खामोश है. जिसमें जितना ज़र्फ है, उतना ही खामोश है. And that is my biggest takeaway, not mentioned, not spoken by any speaker, that the essence of achieving greatness is being humble. So dear friends, with diverse speakers, with deliberations, discussions that have emerged, I do not know what resolution Kuti sir would unfold, but one thing is clear. The graffiti is written on the wall. बच्चों के नन्हे हाथों को चांद सितारे छूने दो. 4 किताबें पढ़कर वो भी हम जैसे हो जाएंगे. बच्चों के नन्हे हाथों को चांद सितारे छूने दो. 4 किताबें पढ़कर वो भी हम जैसे हो जाएंगे. I am convinced we would unroll better human beings, more caring human beings, more compassionate human beings when we deliver in our Karma Bhumi what we have learned and something more than what we have been. I do not know, fortunately or unfortunately, to the education which was regimed by hundreds of years of subjugation. The horizon is bright, the sun shines in all its glory as we promise to implement the national education policy. On behalf of Bhavan's School, Saha, be rest assured, we are here with our utmost devotion, dedication, and commitment. One fine afternoon, without any precursor, Saxena sir made a phone call to me about hosting this Bhavan's conference. I was taken unguarded, and we had just finished with the Model United Nations, which turned out to be the biggest MUN of North India, and our hands were already full, and we thought कि अब तो बस पढ़ाई कराएंगे 2-3 महीने. And then Saxena sir said this is to happen. Humbly I asked him, sir, I'm sorry, I'll speak to my chairman sir, and then I will get back to you. But since that day, the worthy management of Jaipur Kendra has stood behind us like a rock of Gibraltar. I have no words to convey gratitude to our very generous management for trusting us, to Shikshan Bharati for trusting us with this gigantic task, and to our very generous management for standing behind us throughout. It is inevitable that gratitude would happen only to the ones who are ours, but gratitude shining bright in our eyes and written largely on our hearts needs its formal expression, because somewhere behind everything that we do, there is the single most smallest element, every single element of the school body makes of the organization, contributes to making the event what it has turned out to be. So quickly, a quick round of gratitude. I know time is a constraint. I thank all the speakers in absentia who have spared their valuable time and have come from far and wide for us, the principals of women's schools. I would be failing in my duties if I do not thank our additional executive secretary, Shri Jagdish Lakhani ji, for sparing his time to encourage us and for being here for the inaugural and for the first day of the conference. Of course, Section Bharti and Rakesh Saxena sir for trusting us with this responsibility. And as I mentioned, management for their generous support in helping us execute. Kothari sir, my very special thanks. You kept us free from things which were not academic, and all the sumptuous food and every small, things that we rolled out was all because of a very, very supportive Chairman Purchase Committee, Shri Kamal Kothari ji. Kothari sir, thank you so much. You may kept us free from the nitty-gritties of these things. I would also be failing in my duty if I do not thank the team of A.K. Sharma sir, Vinita ma'am, Kuti sir for helping us choose the speakers and for helping us form the panel. Meena Vishwanathan ma'am and Jaya Jacob ma'am, thank you for bearing with all that I failed to do during the execution of the conference and for reminding me, Pratima, this is to be done. Thank you, ma'ams. Thank you all the education officers who have come from far and wide. A very, very special thanks to Dr. A.K. Sharma sir, who is there to support us like an elder brother. जब कुछ भी नहीं सूझता तो हम A.K. Sharma sir से कह देते हैं, सर प्लीज हमारे लिए ये कर दीजिए. Thank you A.K. Sharma sir for that support and for that unfaltered belief and faith in us. I would be failing in my duties if I do not thank the staff, all ranks, be it teaching, non-teaching, supporting staff of Vidyashram who were there 24/7, and everybody, all visitors, speakers, I do not know, but no complaint has been received by me with respect to picking up of the delegates and the speakers, even if it was at odd hours. I do not know, but I'm sure the staff was there everywhere. Thank you, staff members, or Vice Principal ma'am. She was not keeping very well, and she was there throughout, in spite of her personal loss of her dog, who was a family for her for last 16 years. She did take a day off. To Headmistress Balwadi, Ma'am Sood, for being the overall coordinator of the event and for that flawless planning. To these children who now maybe formally for the last time, my head boy and head girl, or head boy and head girl, who are flanking me from either sides to escort me, and to all the other students who have been bearing with our crazy execution of ideas at odd hours, calling them at 11 in the night, this editing you have to do now, because I am a dinosaur with technology, as most of us of our generation are, and they are miles ahead of us. Thank you, dear children. Thank you, press, Jaipur press, for receiving us so well, electronic and print media. Thank you, the office force, the administrative force, for our crazy ideas of last minute calls. Rajpurohit sir, Satish, Shanta, Sanjay, Neeraj for being there. Thank you so much. Thank you. My family, my better half, my husband in absentia, and my children who have now learned to keep with the stoic efforts that and for the preoccupation that I have for my work. I wish to extend gratitude to everyone who has made this happen. In the last, with all humility, I would like to sum up. The success of this conference has achieved is all because of the wonderful team that we have, and fault, if any, have been entirely mine. Sincerely apologizing if we have gone wrong anywhere. Once again, thank you very much for making it happen for us. God bless us. May the Bhavan will, may the Bhavan values, and may the Bhavan ideas prevail till eternity. Jai Hind.
थैंक यू मैम। शिव अनादि है, सृष्टि प्रक्रिया के आदि स्रोत, जटाधारी, कल्याणकारी, लय और प्रलय के अधिपति, नागनाथ, किरात, विश्वेश, महारुद्र हैं। सौम्य होकर भी भयंकर रुद्र हैं, घोर होकर भी अघोर हैं। अहंकार के शमन, पश्चाताप और ब्रह्मांड की एकमेव शक्ति शिव की स्तुति से उपजा तांडव स्त्रोत पंचाक्षर छंद से आबद्ध है, जिसे हमारे विद्यालय के विद्यार्थियों द्वारा प्रथम बार तबला वाद्य यंत्र पर संगति कर आपके सम्मुख प्रस्तुत किया जा रहा है। We now present शिव तांडव स्त्रोत and tabla recital.
संभ्रम भ्रम निर्झरी विलोलगी चिवल्लरी विराजमान किशोर चंद्रशेखरे रघुशेखर नंदिनी विलासवंत संतति प्रमोदमान मानसे कृपाकटाक्ष धोरणी निगंबरे मनोभिनोद సంపదే శిరోజపాల జ్వలంధనంజయాహుతీకృత ప్రచండ పంచసాయకే ధనాధరేంద్రనందిని కుచాల చిత్రపత్రకల్పనైక శిల్పిని త్రిలోచనే రతీర్మమ నవీన మేఘమండలి నిరుద్ధ దుర్ధర పురకుమూలి శీలిని తమః ప్రబంధ బద్ధ గంధరహని నిర్జనీధర స్థలోక వృత్తి సుధుర కళావిధాన బంధుర శ్రీయం జగద్గురం చక్షుషో ప్రజామహీ మహేంద్రియో సముద్రవర్తి కదా సదాశివం భజామ్యహం సదాశివస్తమంజలోచనో లలాశివేతి మంత్రముచ్చరం కదా సుఖీభవామ్యహం
performance has left all of us spellbound. On the first day of the conference, the delegates were divided into 7 groups. A topic was given to each group for group discussion. May I invite the group leaders of each group to present their views on the topic given to the group leader of Group A. Ma'am, please.
Honorable guests, principals, senior principals, vice principals, teachers, staff, and everyone present over here. A very good afternoon to you all. This is Shimpi Kumari, Principal, Visakhapatnam, and I'm here to present the highlights of our group discussion on the power of futuristic learning lies in multilinguistic approach. So please play my slide. Meanwhile, I would like to introduce the other members of my group. So the other members in my group are Ms. Sindhu Shivadas, Principal, Kerala; Anjali Sunil, Principal, Kannur; Ms. Mini K, Principal, Kochi; Ms. Ratna Saha, Headmistress, Pune; Ms. Parvati G. Iyer, Principal, Nagpur; Ms. Anita Bhalla, Principal, Amritsar; Dr. B. Ravikiran, Principal, Hyderabad School; and Mr. Biju G. Varghese, Principal, Kerala. So next slide, please. So what is multilinguistic approach? According to UNESCO, the term refers to the use of at least 3 languages. For example, the mother tongue, a regional language or national language, and an international language in education. Or in simple terms, we can say the ability to use more than 2 languages to communicate is multilinguistic approach. Now, the question is, how do we say that the power of futuristic education lies in multilinguistic approach? So, multilinguistic approach has its own benefits. The NEP 2020, so next slide please. The NEP 2020 ardently promotes multilingualism and the influence of local languages. According to NEP 2020, children understand or develop the concept better in their native languages. Multilinguistic approach also has its other benefits. It improves analytical skills. Next slide, please. It improves analytical skills and cognitive abilities. So, as we know, the brain continuously makes associations between words and sentences. So, in this process, the understanding, it gets enhanced, and it helps the children to continuously keep themselves active, and the human brain, during this process of making association between words and sentences, it enhances understanding the nuances in a language. It is something that multilingual people have advantage over monolingual or bilingual people. One of the key advantage of being multilingual is the improvement in analytical skills. It is proved, studies have proved that learning more than one language delays diseases like Alzheimer's and other mental illnesses. It has been found and proved. And how does this happen? So it improves when we learn a new language, it improves the capabilities of the brain as it learns to distinguish and differentiate between diverse language structure, which enhances the problem solving ability of the brain. As already said, it improves cognitive abilities. It also promotes collaborative learning with parental involvement. As we know, many a times, all the parents at present we use English mostly as the medium of instruction. And there are many parents who they can't speak in English or help the children when they learn in English. But when it comes to the native language or regional language, it becomes much more easy for the teachers and the schools to involve parents and help in collaborative learning. As we all know, when teacher, parent and children, this triangle is formed, the learning is always at a better level. My next point, it also enriches personal life. As school, we are not only to impart with knowledge. We are there for their all-round development. So we cannot neglect the personal life of our students. Multilingualism also enhances one's individual life. Visiting foreign countries or other states can be more pleasant if one knows the language and there is no linguistic barrier. We always know when we know the language of a place, we interact with them better, we understand them better, and it makes our stay or the visit much more comfortable. So it helps us. Learning a second language helps to bond and mingle with people from across the world, across the places. It helps to understand the social variances and why those differences occur. It also creates open-mindedness. Once we learn different languages, we start accepting people. We start accepting their culture and we start appreciating culture. India is a land of rich culture and heritage. So we start appreciating more when we learn other languages. It provides international exposure, expands career opportunities. Knowing many languages or knowing as many different languages as possible opens a new horizon of career opportunities. As we all know today, we are as we are moving towards futuristic education, we are working towards producing global citizens. So it makes much easier for them to seek various job opportunities. Multilingual children are more empathic. They understand people better. And it also helps the teachers to connect to students psychologically when they talk to them in their native language. So as we told, in multilingual approach, one of the language is their native language or home language or regional language. So when a teacher talks to the child or tries to communicate with the child in their native language or home language, they'll be able to connect with them better psychologically. So that's all about multilingual approach. As we are running short of time, just at last I would like to wind up with a real life example of myself. I am a multilingual person. I hail from a Bengali family. So I know Bengali obviously. I grew up in a community where we had neighbors from who were Gujaratis, who were Marwadis, Punjabis, Biharis, and so I know all these 4 languages, out of which 2 I can speak fluently and other 2 I can have basic conversation, and I do understand all these 5 languages very well. And then for my further studies, I went to Odisha and I learned Odia, appreciated their culture, learned many things. And then finally, I moved to the city of destiny where I'm settled now. It's Vishakhapatnam, and eventually learned Telugu. So that added to my language bank. And believe me, knowing these many languages doesn't only feel great, but it helped me appreciate each and every culture more, and I started appreciating them more. And it made me easy, it made much more easy for me to get adjusted to all these people, all these places. Like when I came here to Jaipur, I was like, from my childhood, I wanted to eat dal bati because I grew up with Marwadi family, and there were many things, cultures and all, which we celebrated with them, but they talked more about what they do in their native place, which I experienced this time. So these all are the benefit when you when you are multilingual. So thank you, all of you, for listening to me. It's a great opportunity for me. Thank you, Pratima ma'am, for giving the newbies chance. Thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am. It is time to felicitate the superannuating principals of Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan. We acknowledge their long association with Bhavans and the value that they have created for Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan. May I invite Director, Bhavans Shikshan Bharati Mumbai, Shri Rakesh Saxena sir, to felicitate them with a token of gratitude. I now call upon Ma'am Anila M. Jayachandran. Next, I call upon Ma'am Vijay Lakshmi N.A. and Ma'am Nirmala Chandran in absentia.
Where is Anila ma'am? Please go to the washroom. Just now. And what about the other ma'am, Nirmala ma'am? Nirmala has left. Ma'am, I guess.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.
Ma'am, Anila is there. Anila ma'am?
मैम थोड़ा इधर हो जाइए वो फोटोग्राफ
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.
come here. Well, these two teachers are retiring or will be retiring in March 2023. On behalf of Bharati Vidya Bhavan, we wish them all the best and we wish them a very happy and prosperous life after retirement. We value your contribution to Bharati Vidya Bhavan, and Bharati Vidya Bhavan will always be grateful to you. I only request you that whenever you come to us, we will welcome you with open heart. We wish you a very, very happy, long retirement life. I won't take much time because there are so many people who have to speak today. So I wish them all the best. God bless them. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Continuing further with the reports of group discussion, I now invite the group leader of Group B, Ma'am Chibolo Uma. I humbly request the group leaders to be brief while presenting their reports. PPTs, if any, would be shared in the groups. Ma'am, please.
Thank you. I promise that I will be very brief. Respected dignitaries present here today and my dear fellow principals, namaste to one and all. And of course, the staff of BVB Jaipur, namaste to all of you. On behalf of Group B, myself, Cheboloma, representing Bharati Vidya Bhavan's BHL campus, Hyderabad, standing here to present few points on the group discussion that research and development is a prerequisite for education for the development of nation. This was definitely a teamwork, and let me introduce my team members. My team members are almost seniors to me, much more senior to me. Here comes Mrs. Anju Bhutani and Shri Dharmesh ji, Srimati Parvati, Srimati Tara Krishnan, Srimati Chitra, Srimati Aarti Sachdev. And my revered host since the last week, Srimati Pratima Sharma. To begin with, if we look at the topic is research and development is a prerequisite in education, and it's for the development of nation. This is a compound sentence, 2 points here we can clearly see. First sentence is education for the development of the nation, and secondly, research for education. Definitely these 2 points are interconnected, and ultimate aim is to attain the development of the nation. The purpose of research in education, as the survey says, provide solutions to different problems in pedagogy while improving teaching and learning practices. As we all know that education is fundamental for the growth and development. Research helps bring changes in the prevailing education systems and helps us to adapt and upgrade the strategies of teaching and learning, which ultimately leads to an updated education system, which leads to the development of the nation. That's our main aim. Due to constant research going on, we could bring few changes in the teaching learning process, and as the sessions we had from Biswajit Saha sir today morning, we have seen that constantly we are going on our journey to bring more changes in the teaching learning process. We could replace the rote learning methodologies that used to be prevailing in our education system with experiential learning. Based on the learning ability of an individual, education is now more student specific than the content specific or the subject specific. Breaking the monotony of the classrooms, more of hands-on experiences are being given, art integration has been coming, interdisciplinary approaches have been taken up by all our schools. Research helps us find solutions to particular problems arising in the classrooms or school. Professional learning of knowledge, skill subjects that we have already introduced, skills and understanding connects us with sources of information and network of professional support. Educational researchers also seek answers to questions bordering on learner motivation. As I said, it is more of student specific. Development and classroom. The main aim of research is gaining knowledge so that we can build our nation. Hence, there is a need to connect research with national development to build a society, policy and economy for the removal of poverty, unemployment, irregularity, etc. Let us now reconnect the three: research, education and development. Research informs action, gathers evidence for theories and contribute to developing knowledge in a field of study. Education helps achieve higher standards of living, gives us more opportunity in life and tends to be a healthier life, a healthier society. Thus, development of nations, societies benefit and develop. Societies with high rates of education completion have lower crime rates, better overall health and civic development. Lack of access to education is considered the root of poverty. Thus, it is proven that research is definitely a prerequisite in education for the development of the nation. Let us all come together to research the methodologies, customize the methods to help emerge every child and make them ready for the future. Let us see that proactive research gives information of the various career opportunities that would arise in the future and get students ready to face the different challenges of life. As Pratima ma'am said on the day of our arrival, I would like to repeat the same. The team members of Group B were definitely beautiful, no doubt in that. But when the team came together for discussion during the short break over tea, the team, we have discussed on the topic, and I personally feel the team were magical. Thank you, Annette. Namaste.
Thank you, ma'am. I now invite Sir Rajiv Kumar Singhal, the group leader of Group E.
Thank you, ma'am.
Namaskar, one and all present in this August gathering. So my time is only 2 to 3 minutes. And yesterday we studied about time management. I will not take much time. On behalf of Group E, I am standing in front of you, and other members are Mr. K. Suresh, Ms. Srija Unikrishnan, Ms. Gayatri S. Nair, Ms. Nirupma, then Dr. Anju Tandon, Mr. Shankar R.G., Ms. B. Jyoti Aparna. And our topic is National Education Policy 2020 Foundational Stage Program of 5 years has made education achieve a wider horizon. We know that NEP has suggested to shift school education structure from 10+2 to 5+3+3+4. We are talking about first 5. Many surveys say that 70% of our children in class 3 do not have basic reading skills and arithmetic they cannot do. That means that's why they have set a target for 2025 to achieve foundational literacy and numeracy. And this is connected with our why, that means we are including pre-primary education or early childhood education in the formal education. NEP said that, or surveys also said that 85% brain development occur in the age of 0 to 6 years. that is directly connected with our logical thinking. And second thing second is children learn language fastly in the age of 2 to 8 years. That means both shows that first 8 years are very important for our children. And out of these 8, first 6 years we were neglecting. That's why there is a very much need to include these first 6 years also in the formal education. Although first 3 years we cannot, since child is very small. For that also NEP has suggested to prepare one guideline for 0 to 3 years. And for 3 to 8 years, that means for foundational stage, NEP has suggested to prepare national curriculum framework so that every child can include in this, and we can achieve this foundational literacy and numeracy by 2025. We hope that by including ECC or pre-primary education in the formal education, it will help us to achieve this target. That is my topic, and I thank all my group members, since equally every members have contributed to prepare this. Thank you.
Thank you, Singhal Saab. Dear friends and esteemed guests, there is a little change in the program sequence because the Kochi team and other principals have to leave fast because of the flight schedule. We are concluding with the formal segment of the program first, and then we will carry on with the reports of the group discussion. So I hand over to Rita Vyas to kindly please announce the change sequence and go.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Though all good things come to an end, memories stay forever. For the presidential address, may I invite the director, Bhavan Shikshan Bharati Mumbai, Shri Rakesh Saxena sir, to enlighten the gathering with his encouraging words. Sir, please.
Respected Chief Guest of the function, Major General Shri Anuj Mathur ji, Vice Chairman Shri Rajiv Jain, members of the Kendra Committee, education officers, Joint Director in the Shikshan Bharati, respected principals, the host principal who is the course director, and dear friends. Well, I must say that the conference went on very well and it achieved its aims and objectives. Let me also say that our last conference was held in 2019. Then physical, of course, that because of COVID, we could not have conference in 2021, and now we are having in 23. So 3 years have passed. So when we decided to hold the conference, there was a lot of apprehension whether we will be able to hold it whether we will be able to revive our system, we were doubtful. So, with lot of hopes, I requested Madam Pratima Sharma that we want to have a conference in Jaipur. Without thinking, blink of the eye, she said, we will have it, sir, and I will request my chairman to permit. Immediately I gave a ring to Suranaji. He is very kind, very generous, and he has not learned to say no to anything. Immediately he said, I requested him, sir, we want to have the conference at Jaipur. But he just go ahead, go ahead. Immediately he gave his consent. I told principal also, Chairman Saab has given his consent. And so this conference took shape in Jaipur. Since then, Mrs. Sharma has been working very hard with his team, and almost every day or maybe thrice a day, we were also interacting on phone. Well, the conference has gone very, very well, and I said it has achieved its objectives and aims. If I can describe the conference in one word, it was excellent. Excellent in every field, not only in academics. All the sessions were of very high orders. The speakers were very competent, very capable. They have been very wisely chosen. The arrangement for lodging, boarding was very good. The hospitality was excellent. In every field, the conference was excellent. For me, it is not a surprise. I knew that Jaipur School Vidyashram is known for excellence. So for me, it was not a surprise. And she did everything, only she was briefing me. I was nodding, I said, okay, madam, go ahead. But I knew that this conference will set a new record, and it has done. I am sure all my friends will agree that the conference at Jaipur was really, really superb. Now we should take away of the conference and try to implement in our school. Okay? As I have come to know that we are going to implement the new education policy from 23. So this is the high time we should plan for the conference, we should plan for the implementation of new education policy. I am sure all our principals who are very capable, very competent, will not leave any stone unturned, and they will implement the new education policy in their school in full vigor and spirit. Well, I must say that all the sessions of the conference were very informative, very useful, and the visit to a place where we have seen the pottery's work and all the handicraft work, that was also very nice. Everything was very nice. So I have nothing to add except thanking Mrs. Pratima Sharma. Evidently, I was always telling, Madam, I will thank you last day. She has done tremendous work, excellent work, and I am really grateful to you, grateful to her, not only for accepting to organize the conference, but did it in a perfect way. Then I am grateful to all the education officers and all my principals who have come here for this conference. I must say that Jaipur Kendra is very generous, very kind. The members of the Jaipur Kendra, Mr. Kothari is there, Mr. Rajiv Jain is there. They are always very supporting, very, very helpful, very supportive. And whenever I meet them, I always find them very enthusiastic and very, very energetic. They always wanted to do something new. They always told me, we can do anything, you bring the proposal and we will organize at Jaipur. So the members of the Kendra committee are equally very supportive, very, very nice. Well, I won't take much time because time is getting 1:15 and many people have to catch the flight. So once again, I will only express my thanks and gratitude to Mrs. Pratima Sharma, to Jaipur Kendra, especially Chairman Surana ji, for not only for allowing us to have the conference here, but also giving full support and guidance. Well, I can safely say that the conference has gone beyond my expectation. I never expected it would be so nice. It has crossed my imagination, and for that, all thanks go to Jaipur Kendra. Thank you very, very much, and I would like to thank all the principals for coming here from far off places and attending this conference. Thank you, principals. You are great principals. I am sure that you will keep on doing good work in your school. I will take one more thing to say, that Shiksha Bharati is always ready to help you, to support you. If there is any issue, any problem, you can always call me any time, either in the office or otherwise, and we are always there. We stand behind you and we will support you. Okay? So, nothing more. Best of luck, best of journey, those who are going out, and all the very best to the Jaipur Kendra for doing excellent job. Thank you. I am really sorry, I forgot to make a few announcements. All of you are curious to know where we will have next conference. Well, it has been decided to organize the next conference at Chandigarh. And management is already ready. If Mrs. Vidita Arora is there, please come here. She will be post principal at Chandigarh. As such, once we have organized the conference here, it was a great success. And she says now she will cross the bar.
Thank you so much, sir, and thank you for giving us the opportunity to host this conference once again. In the recent past, we had hosted it 5 years back. I hope we can, Jaipur conference has set benchmarks, and I hope we can surpass them with Pratima ma'am and sir's permission. We will do our best. We are a very small school, but we'll make sure that the conference is a memorable one for you in every which way. And we are looking forward to having each one of you there. Thank you so much.
Hello. And I also want to make the announcement that our integration camp, national integration camp, will be held at Salt Lake, Calcutta. This also we are starting after 3 years, and our Calcutta Kendra, they have come forward to organize a I will request the principal to come here and invite everybody.
Namaskar and good afternoon to all the members present in this August House. In 2020, we started the planning to host the National Integration Camp, but a very little virus conspired against us. So now again, I am very humbled and proud also that Saxena sir has given this opportunity on us. So we will try to make it a good success. And not with the folded arms, but with the open arms, I invite all my principal friends to send your team along with your teacher representative to Bhavans Kolkata Salt Lake, where the Bhavans Kolkata team will be waiting to greet you and have a wonderful integration camp to make the ideology of Bhavans a great success. And at the end, I take the opportunity with the permission of Sir. Thank you, Bhavans Jaipur team under the able and dynamic leadership of Pratima ma'am. Thank you.
Friends, there is one more announcement. I am sure you all know that our research center, which is located at Kochi, they have published a value education book, Sattva. Now the books have been printed up to class 10th, the books are ready. And the books of 11th and 12th, they have gone to press, but they will also be very soon available. So I request all the principals to place their order with Mr. Sangan Kurti, Director, Publication, with a copy to Mr. Raman Kurti. Okay? Let us make this venture successful. And old books, cultural courses, they have been now stopped because they have become outdated. They were very good, but now they have become outdated. So the new series, Sattva, the value education book of 1st to 10th are already ready. 11th, 12th is also coming. So please place your order with the director, publication, and these books will be really very, very useful to our children, and not to children, but to parents also. I have gone through the books and they have been written very, very nicely. And the best thing is they have been written by our own teachers and our own principals in Kochi Kendra. Thank you very much. I have not forgotten anything else.
Lata, you have to go now? Yeah. So next would be Lata to read the report.
Thank you, sir, for your insightful thoughts. Continuing with the reports of group discussion, now I invite I take the privilege of inviting the Vice Chairman, Bhavans Jaipur Kendra, Shri Rajiv Jain sir, to address this gathering.
A very good afternoon to all of you. I remember my school time when principal used to just cross our class. We couldn't speak a word. And when so many principals are sitting here, I'm still in a dilemma whether I will be able to speak or not. So please excuse me, we are running short of time. I have prepared a very long speech, but since we have to wind up soon, I welcome you, Major General Anuj Mathur. I'm so happy today that you are amongst us, and I'm honored that you are here moreover because you have been my classmate in school. And it's a great honor for me that what you have achieved is all for us also, all your batchmates. And we are proud of you. You were talking about humbleness. When I called him that we have a school function and you have to attend, actually he had to travel. And he said, okay, I'll reschedule and get back to you and I'll come definitely for your school. So thank you so much for being here. My colleague members, actually I would not go all wrong for, what has happened in the conference, because Saxena ji has already given a certificate. Thank you, Saxena sir, for appreciating school. And on behalf of Surana ji also, I thank you very much. I thank you all the principals. I am sure that it was a good conference, and you'll take back few things from here. I request you to take back little Jaipur also along with you. Thank you so much for being here. I'm sure that you had a comfortable stay. And General Saab is a very good speaker, so I don't want to remain between you and he. I would request Pratima ji to listen, we should listen to him as soon as possible. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. I request our esteemed Chief Guest, Major General Anuj Mathur, to enlighten us with his visionary words.
So you want to be flanked by me or by them?
Wow, in between the two. Happy afternoon. Well, Mr. Saxena, Mr. Kothari, Mr. Jain, the principal, Ms. Pratima, and everybody present here. This place, I feel absolutely honored, humbled, and privileged to be here this afternoon. Why? Why? Madam, I hope that is not applicable to me. जिसमें जितना दर्श है वो उतना खामोश है. Anyway, I will खामोशी शब्दों से पढ़ी जाती है बहुत. I'll continue in English because I believe that there are a large number of us who are from better parts of the country. So I was telling you, ladies and gentlemen, that a galaxy of principals and senior teachers is awe-inspiring. This takes my mind back to a story. It reminds me of a king. He was a very, big empire he had. He calls his ministers in the darbar and he says that we have a great empire. Who do you think has contributed the most to this success of ours? One minister gets up, he says, obviously it's the engineer, because he's the one who's created all the infrastructure, everything. If he wasn't there, there would not have been a palace, there would not have been a fort, there would not have been this, that, and the other. He says, yes, you're right. So what do? You get the best engineer of the empire and award it. He was barely done with his statement. Another minister gets up. He says, I think it is the doctor. Because if the doctor wasn't there, you may not have been alive. Empire, I'll honor him. Immediately another minister gets up. He says, "Oh, Maharaj, I think it is the soldier. If the soldier wasn't there, your empire wouldn't have been there. You would have been a slave, somebody else would have been ruling this country." He says, "Yes, I agree. So what do? You get the best also, we'll reward it." Then he says, another minister gets up, he says, "No, it is the business community. If this is not there, how will you run your empire?" He says, "Yes, you're right. Get the best businessman." And thereafter, every minister said, this one, that one, architect, this, that, and the other. And he said, "You get everybody." And then he was confused. He turns to the Prime Minister. And Prime Minister tells him, "Yes, I was aware. But you will get confused in the end and you will turn to me. Now, just wait." So the Prime Minister moves out of the Darbar, comes back with an old lady, barely able to walk. And when he comes with the lady, the engineer gets up, the soldier gets up, the doctor gets up, the architect gets up, the businessman gets up, everybody gets up. Seeing everyone, even Radha gets up. Suddenly he realized, "Yaar, mere ko to khade hone ki zarurat nahi thi." But then he asks the Prime Minister, that who is this lady? Each one of us is getting up. And he says, "This lady is a teacher who has taught all of them. Even the teachers are taught by teachers. If you want to shape the destiny of the country, if you want to shape the destiny of the society, you have to make sure that your teachers give right sanskar to the children, to the students." We were just sitting there and we were talking. And a point was coming up that India goes to the schools. Only a small fraction of India goes to colleges and beyond. But the nation goes to the school. And if you want to shape the character, if you want to shape the destiny, you have to shape these young minds. There is no doubt in my mind. And you just look around. Ladies and gentlemen, just look around. 90% of our school teachers, what percent? 90% of our school teachers are ladies. Now, I want to tell you all that besides giving them the right sanskar, we need to bring up our boys carefully. We need to teach our boys to respect a woman. And that must form the fundamental part of your education system, ladies and gentlemen. Where we go wrong, we always raise a finger at a different place. It is we who do not bring up our boys well. I have said this many times at many fora. Ladies and gentlemen, the basic education must include, and more importantly in a country like ours, where a lady is given, she's a goddess. So, that's why I wanted to tell you all, just look around. I think there are very few men, including me. I mean, I just added 0.5% of men to the crowd. So, we must have discussed during the course of this great conference. I heard so much about this great conference, and I'm sure it has gone off very, very well. You have already learned what emerging trends in the education systems are. I am going to tell you, I am going to talk about basic things. Whatever development in IT, whatever development in anything else, any other means of systems which can take place, you must get back to basics. The basics, the fundamentals which I saw in this school. When I came, I started seeing them from there. When I was climbing up here, they were chanting some prayers, some mantras. Without the shoes, I wanted to remove my own shoes. She didn't allow me to do that. That is the thing which is important. Your own culture, your own heritage, your own values, ethics, they are the ones which must form the fundamental part of your education system. Whatever collaborative learning, this learning, that learning, e-learning, de-learning, all right. But the basics of your culture. And this movement, I would call this Vidya Bharati Bhavan a movement. This is an iconic movement, ladies and gentlemen, which has lived up to the values, which has lived up to the expectations of one and all, which has earned accolades, which has earned laurels over a period of time. It's going to be 100 years now, I'm told. And this has happened because of their pious efforts, by virtue of their pious efforts to shape the young students, prepare the young students